Number 2 of group play. This is Group B, the finale of the evening. Australia taking on the Philippines inside Hamza Hall. I'm Despina Barton, joined by Siobhan Pryor, the former Great Brit national player. This is the scores from earlier today. Japan, Korea, China, all victorious. Korea and China playing lights out from beyond the arc. And so, yes, this is the nightcap. We are seeing Australia and Philippines go toe-to-toe in Group B play. Remember, everyone's positioning themselves out of the group. Better seeding as they move forward, whether it is in the semifinals, the play-in games. And so, Siobhan, as these two teams get ready to jump, what are your impressions if you were to give us some type of outlook? What should one expect as this is night 2 of the competition?
You know, I think I'm just going to put it out there. I think Australia will come out victorious, but like we saw yesterday, it took them a while to gel. They played really well in the second half. In the press conference at the end of the game, Sammy Whitcomb said that she felt in the second half they were a lot better, a lot more together, a lot more composed and gelling a lot more. So I know throughout this tournament that this team is going to elevate. They're going to get better offensively. The coaching staff don't seem too worried about their offense. They know that the caliber of players that they have here, although they aren't the players that were at the Olympics, are still really, really high. And that as the competition goes on, they will gel more and their offensive output will improve.
And Australia was tested early, trailed Chinese Taipei there in the third quarter. The Philippines were pesky opponents for China yesterday. While the differential was of 91 points, this was a team that did not quit. But today they're vowing to do better, and that looks like getting back in transition defense. You got to remember, this group only came together for the last month. Before that, 2 years away from the game.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed watching them play against in their last game against China. It was a really difficult game for them. Again, like so many others have, they struggled against Lee and Han, but they played so hard. They're physical, they're quick, and they're an exciting team to watch.
And before we get started here, let's stand for the national anthem. We'll start with the visiting team here. It'll be Australia first. And now for the Philippines.
For the national anthem of the Philippines.
such a prideful moment.
For the game are
These two teams
Mr.
have plenty of fans in the
Lisandro
stands,
Garcia,
traveling
Mr.
near and
Muhammad
far
Talha
as we
from
take a look
Jordan,
at the officiating
and Mr.
crew, the
Rakesh
gentlemen
Tamari from
that will be
India,
tasked with calling
and
the game
commissioner
this
is
evening.
Mr. Nasser Abu Rashid from Jordan.
And for you, Siobhan, getting to suit up and wear your Great Britain jersey on your chest, can you speak to the level and what the magnitude is for these two teams to be stepping out on this stage at the FIBA Women's Asia Cup?
Yeah, you know, it's absolutely huge. It'll be, for a lot of these players, you know, it is the pinnacle of their playing career. A lot of players, they want to play for their senior national team. A lot more get to play for their junior national team, but playing for their senior team, not a lot of people get to do that. And especially, you know, on world stage competitions.
For Australia, they are led by Paul Goris, and we saw the starting lineup. The only change is Sammy Whitcomb will start as the guard instead of Tiana Megakahia. They gave her an extra 24 hours to rest up and get adjusted to the time zone, and she's thrust into that starting lineup. As for the Gilas Filipinas, they are sticking true to the starting five that they showed us yesterday evening. Bernardino, Kabimbin, Panteos, Nabalan, and Castro. Consistency is what they're hoping to pay off for Patrick Okino's group. The basketball crazed nation brings a lot of energy. They're fun to watch. And there's the coach. This team we talked about started working together earlier this month. They are so appreciative of playing back together in a safe environment, but they have got to rebuild their chemistry in a hurry to be competitive here at the Asia Cup.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they had a hard initiation, to be fair, against China. But the thing I like about this team is that they continue to fight. They have a real togetherness. You can see it on and off the court. They were the most, you know, fun team on media day. I really enjoyed being around them. So I'm really excited to watch that togetherness on the court yesterday. I mean, they were tasked with Han and Lee yesterday, and they had every single time one of them caught the ball, there was 2, 3 players that were almost, you know, a foot shorter, just really physically fighting against them, and they have a great crowd as well behind them that cheer absolutely every positive thing that they do. So it's just a really good atmosphere whenever the Philippines are in the arena.
Fun fact, I married a Filipino, so I know he's at home watching in the States cheering on his mother's nation here.
Sure he will be.
Yes, the Gilas Filipinas will try to find a way to slow down Australia. Many of you know from home Australia was in the Olympics, but this is not the same roster. In fact, there is not one member remaining off the Olympic team that is participating in this national appearance for Australia. Due to travel restrictions and quarantine requirements, some players did not make themselves available. One who did was the captain, Sammy Whitcomb, the WNBA star of the New York Liberty. Flew in late on Sunday, just in time for competition to begin on Monday, and you'll see her in the starting lineup. You can't miss her, wearing number 4.
Head coach Goris just had a chat with me about her as well, and just how important she is to the team, not just because she's such an elite basketball player, but because of her leadership. He said she doesn't often shout, she's not a shouter, but they listen every time she speaks. She's just garnered so much respect because of the hard work that she puts into staying in shape, and just to the game and every moment that she plays. She was the first out here shooting earlier. You know, nobody else was on the court, and she was earlier. You know, nobody else was on the court, and she was out here putting up shots. So just a great player and an even better leader in person by the sounds of it.
Getting ready for a jump ball, you'll see Claire Castro wearing white for the Philippines. And then Zatina Ayokuso, power forward for Australia, gets into the hands of Whitcomb. 33 years young, the captain for Australia. And the Opals. Jump shot on the free throw line, won't go down. And it was Australia who struggled early on to get some of those easy bunnies, those layups that were gimmies.
Yeah, they did. They struggled all game, really, only shooting 32% from 2, but they did shoot 34% from 3, and Sammy Whitcomb starts them off there.
The rotation on that was mesmerizing. Maybe she's getting adjusted to the time difference. It is 7 hours different than her flight from New York. We are in beautiful Amman, Jordan. This is Group B. We are in day 2 of action. Tomorrow we'll conclude the group portion of this competition as an offensive charge is called against Australia's Alexandra Sharp.
It's a tough one. She almost looked like she was just turning round Sharp. But yeah, she's picked up an early one there, and Australia won't want that to get any more because she posted a double-double of 11 points and 10 rebounds against Chinese Taipei in their win yesterday.
Deep 3 attempt there by Porteos. And another whistle, 3 quick whistles here in the quarter.
Looks like they're calling it tight today. Yeah, just a little lean from Bernardino. And again, not the player that you want if you're the Philippines to get into foul trouble.
Sharp feeds down low and a kick ball, no shot. This officiating crew has waited all day to call a game. Sharp, turnaround Jay, off back rim. She tracks down her own rebound, and that effort there will result in Australia keeping the ball.
One thing we always see with Australian national players, they're called the Opals. They are just, they give so much energy and effort every time they step on the floor. Every loose ball, every rebound, guards, forwards, centers.
Nicholson, she'll hit it. 5-0 start for Australia. That was off the foot of Bernardino. Navalon stuck with it.
Robin picks up the offensive foul for just shrugging off her player to get the ball. 2 quick ones in the first 2 minutes for Australia.
The shot clock reset. Pontejos. Navalon in the corner. That shot was deflected. So again, the Gilas Filipinas get another chance. 3.3 seconds though on the shot clock. Bernardino, that's who you want the ball in their hands, and it is short. Bernardino, by the way, yesterday put in 17 points, 7 rebounds. She exited the game a little early. Many were worried she might have been injured, but we have been reassured it was just cramps. As you can see, she is back on the court and a part of that starting lineup. Quick shot up for Whitcomb. Yes, on the right now, showing her range.
Cannot leave her open, even for a millisecond. Her release is so quick.
Eyes down court. Whitcomb shakes right past Navalon, met with some resistance. Spotting up on the three-point line is Garbin. And that right there, a 12-point advantage is going to go ahead and force the Philippines to take a timeout.
Yeah, they are 3 for 3 from the three-point line, 100% for Australia. 1 to Garbin, 2 to Whitcomb. The Philippines just want to talk that over because those shots were wide open.
stock and one pa rin. Hindi nyo pinagpapatuloy yung stock nyo eh. Hindi pinagpapatuloy yung stock nyo kanina. Kanina pa yan, oh. Pagka dumating. April, hindi ka, wala
The
kang
shooting
ganito.
percentage
Pwede
here
mag-back po, oh.
through the
Wala
first
eh,
few
wala,
minutes.
Wala, naghihintay ka lang, naghihintay ka lang. Oh, di ba, meron pa tayo na, pwede ka dito ba niya? Oh, di yan, pwede
Night
ka na.
and day.
Bigyan mo si Claire. Bigyan mo si Claire. Kanina pa siya nag-shoot.
Go guys, together on three. 1, 2, 3.
This Philippines team has to find a way to get out in front and contest those shots from Sammy Whitcomb. She's got 6 of the team's 11. Artistry out there for young basketball fans. Take note, that's the shot you want to emulate and practice in the gym. Bernardino takes it in, kiss off the glass, first bucket for the Gilas Filipinas. A little give and go, and in this instance, Whitcomb steps out of bounds.
Yeah, Bernardino providing some much needed points. She will do that for them.
Kabinbin brings up the ball. All right, Bernardino, again, feeling pretty confident. Goes after the rebound. Whitcomb out of bounds. Ball, Philippines.
She just works so hard. She did the same yesterday, 7 rebounds as well, Bernardino, to go along with her 17 points.
Kabinbin, 10 seconds. Creating space off the mark. She points to the fans and almost an instance of telling them, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better.
Some really stifling defense from Australia that we've seen in the half court though. A great start from them.
Lauren Nicholson brings the ball up. Splits the defenders, finds a good look, and one opportunity.
Great control in the air as she got hit from behind. She has 4 points already. She played a lot of minutes yesterday, but she came up scoreless, so she'll be happy to settle herself in so early, make that 5.
Full court pressure. And just like that, Whitcomb's hand in the lane, going the other way. Give and go finish. Christy Wallace on the receiving end.
Sammy Whitcomb's double-double yesterday came with 11 assists.
Fearless attack here from France Kabinbin. Whitcomb, the captain of this Opals team, the veteran, 33 years old. Her leadership well recognized and necessary for this squad. But Coach Paul Gore has pointed out, this is a group that's been together for just a couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, he was saying that, you know, he was pleased with the performance yesterday, and he does believe that they'll keep getting better as the tournament goes on, because they are such a brand new unit. Very experienced players, a lot of them play in the WNBL in Australia, but they haven't played together on a team before.
Spin move good, the take for the Filipinas. Cuts the lead to 10. Put back, fighting for it all. Keeley Frawling. Will they call that an offensive? Yes.
They did.
Listen, standing at 5'2", it's hard to create space. We understand, Tanko. We understand.
Sammy Whitcomb was calling for the push-off as well. She had a better angle than us, so I'm sure she did extend her hand. And a big shout for Clarin as she comes off the bench. The crowd like that she's getting on the court.
Scherf. Second attempt, third attempt, cleanup this time. Lauren Scherf, the 25-year-old power forward.
2 great offensive rebounds by her. She had 7 rebounds last night.
Castillo surveys. Prado looking for the cutter. Guess who's there? A green jersey. The feed goes up. Too hot to handle. Great hands, Froling for the finish.
Great job by Jazz Shelley, falling out of bounds and still manages to find Froling.
Clarin blocked by Scherf.
Ayakuso loved that one. She was banging the board in front of her bench. Opal's team really supporting each other. She swaps that one out of the air.
Clarin to inbound. In traffic, we're moving down court. Menka Kahia.
Goes down hard, but quickly picked up by Castillo. We see again, she goes off wrong foot with the right hand. Great move.
So a pair of free throws for Tiana. Menka Kahia nails it. This Australian team was picked as the potential dark horse in the pre-tournament power rankings by our very own Paul Nilsson. He said Australia has an opportunity here to be disruptive as they have still so much talent. They just have to do a couple of things, and that includes being staunch on defense. Falls into the hands of Castro. And streaking a Scherf. Yes, give it to the big girl. Oh.
She did all that work.
And all that energy. And then, in your face, Clarin for 3.
Rolling's been called for another offensive foul here. And that referee saying it was a pusher. We've seen a few of those already. That's her first.
Defensive pressure stands.
Yeah, and the defensive energy always from Australia. They throw them. No one ever gets an easy shot. They throw themselves at every single shot.
Shot goes up. The lefty is short. Tracked down, so we'll reset from the top of the key. Castillo making them pay. The fans are going wild. I love this.
They are. That's 5 3-pointers for the Philippines already.
reversal as this game continues to follow the physical narrative. Back-to-back three-pointers for the Philippines, so they cut the lead to 11. Here with just over 2 minutes to play in the first. Free throw line is Keely Froling, the 25-year-old power forward. She hits the first. Froling with 5 points tonight. Frantically, the Philippines gets the ball over, but right into trouble along that sideline, very close to half court, where you say is a no-no.
That is a no-go zone right there, where the halfway line meets the sideline. It's like having another defender because you can't go backwards, you can't go sideways. Great trap by Jazz Shelley and Jade Melbourne.
Strong take for Claren.
She's been great since she's come into the game. She has 5 points already to her name.
Jazz Shelley surveying. The big is doing work. Scherf calling for it. And a foul is delivered courtesy Claire Castro.
Castro working hard under there to try and keep Scherf out of the paint. Doing a good job, but just leans in a little bit too much.
So Lauren Scherf will step back to the free throw line. Hits it. And if you're just joining us right now, you are watching the FIBA Women's Asia Cup. We are in Jordan for this 2021 tournament. Top 8 teams, by the way, will get an opportunity to advance and qualify, to go towards a qualifying tournament on their way to a World Cup 2022 bid. Wow, Claire Castro showing us a different tool in her toolbox.
Another 3 for the Philippines. That does make 3. I beg your pardon, before I said 5 already.
Maybe you had a premonition.
I knew it was coming.
A minute to play in the first quarter. Claren with the rock. Back out to Castro, top of the key, short.
The Philippines crowd is giving me life. They shout and cheer for everything.
And it is a basketball-crazed nation. Basketball is so popular there, as the take to the baseline was successful for Werong.
Great body control in the air to finish that.
.20 seconds to play. The shot is flung up and in. Ponteos! Wow!
That was from the Nike symbol.
What is happening?
I told you, they're going for 5 before the quarter's over.
Sure, she tries her hand deep. That one's a long 2. And time will expire at the end of the first quarter. It is the Philippines that are trailing by 12. Australia's up 32-20. But it is the Philippines and the Gilas Filipinas that are giving us life. 4 three-pointers there, keeping them close to Australia. And Siobhan, I know these statistics, are going to be a little bit leaning, but for you, what stands out after the first 10 minutes?
It's interesting for me because the Philippines are shooting the ball so well. Coach Paul Goris did say before the game that they wanted to keep the Philippines out of the key, out of the paint. because he knew they played so quickly. And we're just looking back here at the great shooting of Australia as well. But Coach Goris did say that he wanted to keep them out of the paint because he knew that they were a quick team and could finish, like you see there by Bernardino, well inside. And again, here, so the objective was to keep them out of the paint, but I don't think the objective was to let them score 4 threes in the first quarter. And this was the great dish by Shelley after the pass from Wallace. One of Claren's threes.
And they're so fun to watch.
So fun, and the crowd make it even more fun. The shouts that you guys can hear are not just from the bench every single time. If you see to the right of the screen, they're up on their feet, cheering for their team. And this was the last bucket of the quarter by Scherf, which was really important, and she showed some composure in hitting that as the shot clock, or the game clock, ran down for the quarter. Silenced the Filipinos in the crowd just for a little while. I'm sure it won't be silent for much longer.
Start of the second quarter, Australia up 32-20 over the Philippines. It's Group B play, day number 2, and the quarter starts off with a turnover for the Opals.
Little miscommunication. She looked like she was coming for a handoff. Schiff just threw it towards her.
Fajardo getting closer and closer to the midcourt line. Castro turns, spins, shoot. Oh, drops out.
Footwork just a little too hard on the shot.
Coming in fast, Nicholson drawing the contact.
Lauren Nicholson playing really well in this game so far.
And this team's been pretty successful here at the tournament. 2017, they were a runner-up to Japan. Australia, by the way, has already sealed a spot in the 2022 World Cup. They are the host nation. And I know everybody's going to be excited to see them, especially the unit that was at the Olympics coming off a quarterfinal appearance, losing to the eventual champions, 79-55. That was Team USA, who is also going to meet this crew in Australia for 2022 FIBA World Cup.
Exciting times ahead. Nicholson makes both. She now has 7 points.
Bernardino falling on the ground there was Ponteos. And keep things moving along. Both of these teams like to play up-tempo.
Yeah, it's one of the things that Australia pointed out, actually, in their preparation, that they know how quick this game is going to be. They really had to do well in transition and guarding the ball to slow the Philippines down. They're a very fast-paced team.
Left alone, misses. Scherf there for the cleanup. No, another miss, and will dribble out. Lauren Nicholson turns. She'll try the reverse. That time, it's 2 for Australia.
No, you can't let 2 offensive rebounds in 1 offensive possession if you're the Philippines. 6 offensive rebounds for the game now for Australia.
Castillo in traffic. And again, the shot selection here, they are making it a point to get the ball to Claire Castro.
It's going to be Frolling's second foul. Let's just see. Looks like she has good position to me. Bernardino sells it a little bit.
Don't all the greats.
Yes.
A lineup change here for Australia. Okuso back on the floor, Whitcomb back on the floor. Jade Melbourne, you like this lineup with Jade Melbourne.
Do. Jade Melbourne. She is one to watch. She's a young player. She's just finished playing at the under-19 World Cup for Australia, where she made the All-Star 5. Here she is on the ball against Kabimbin. Just a hard worker, great offensive player. She was headed to Arizona State to play in the NCAA, but has recently changed her mind and just signed her first professional contract with the Canberra Capitals in the WNBL. So congratulations to her.
So exciting, I just got goosebumps.
No. She is a great player. She's already played in the WNBL for Coach Goris, actually, and he said that when she came in, there was some injuries to the team and she had to play. She ended up starting in the WNBL, had a 20-point game, a 16-point game, a game winner. Just an incredible young athlete.
Whitcomb making the pass from half court. Garvin finished for 2. And nice defense, Melbourne. Right on Kabimbin. Whitcomb in there to stick a hand, man. She is pesky.
Amazing hand. She makes such...
And then the feed to Nicholson. The outlet pass is straight to the 3-man land.
Unbelievable. 2 assists and 1 steal in literally 45 seconds, 1 minute of play since she's been on.
Melbourne staying low on D. Bernardino's shot, no go.
Great job by Ayakuso to guard the guard there. Really quick on her feet.
Melbourne with the attack. Better shot, baseline from Nicholson. Back-to-back threes. Lauren Nicholson.
Good choice by Melbourne as well, because she did have a dish inside, but the defenders covered that one, and she saw the baseline kick. Heads-up play from the youngster to Lauren Nicholson in the corner.
Nicholson leading the way with 14 points. 24 differential, so the Philippines will take a timeout. Let's try and listen in.
Paano ka makakascom? Ha? Ibibigyan kita ng one-on-one para kayanin mo, tapos gaganyan ka. Pakita mo. There, come on. Dahan-dahan lang. Okay, you're doing good. Ha? Safety. Gawin nyo ulit yung play natin. Stuck in one. Get some option. Nakatayo na lang sila. Anong ginagawa natin? Pare, huwag kayong kung nandun sila, nandun lang di kayo nakatayo. Pare, gumalo kayo. Magpa-backpick kayo. Pare, pumat kayo. Diba? Wala yung curve ko. Nasa yung curve ko doon.
Guys.
We'll show you some more of the spectacular passing from Whitcomb and those assists.
Star, that is Sammy Whitcomb. She's looking all the time. Every time she's got the ball, her head is up straight away.
Dimes.
Especially when you've got Nicholson on the end of them.
Kabimbing calling out the play. Navalon goes baseline, tries for the reverse, and no way the block is there from Sharp. She read it the entire ride. Bodies hit the deck. Nicholson left open wing. Does she get 3 for 3? Yes! 18 points for number 8. Philippines need a shot here, and they got it. Courtesy, Kayabyab. Garvin, practically from our broadcast position, put back, Sharp goes up strong. Pair of free throws, whew. A lot of up
We
and
need
down.
a little break, huh? You're giving us a break, I think.
This looks like it's going to be called an unsportsmanlike. Alone on the free throw line is Alexander Sharp, the 24-year-old guard who had a double-double yesterday against Chinese Taipei.
I think it was a regular foul. I just think they weren't on the foul line, the players, because they were discussing something, but he makes two anyway, Alexander Sharp.
We have a substitution here. It looks like a scores table clarification.
I think they're asking her to sit back down, Bernardino, because if she would have been subbing in for the shooter, that would have been okay, but she wasn't. So they've kept her on the bench until the next dead ball.
Yab. Shot goes up, off. Nicholson in the corner. That won't go down for Shelley. Attempt there for the Gilas Filipinas.
Yeah, I think some of these shots are a little ill-advised. I know they're exciting when they go in, but they could work the ball around a little more, the Philippines, before they shoot contested shots.
Sharp, Whitcomb inside, calls for it, had the post up, and Ayacuso executes.
Great position by Ayacuso, good strong seal, and a perfect delivery, of course, from Whitcomb.
You gotta give me a count on assists here for Whitcomb.
Got you.
Bin. Nice. Deep three from the checker. That was Navalon, excuse me.
4 assists for Whitcomb, and after that it is
65 with Sharp.
There we go. That is 5 for Sharp in the corner.
It's funny, everything that Whitcomb touches turns to gold
It
for her
does.
opals. It's a good quality to have as she is a part of that strip and steal.
That's a 3rd steal as well. She's just enjoying the game.
Whistle here going against Kayabyab. And a substitution. Whitcomb comes out in her place.
Take a rest, but I love her energy. She's so intense, just with everything, the way she's talking to the referees, and it's not disrespectful. She's just so competitive. She wants to win every single moment. It's amazing to watch. She has.
Line and below. It's got to be inside hand closest up.
Let you know
okay,
her
we're tending to go
after we listen
that
into
closest hand to the
Paul
baseline, which opens up our foot where they want to drive middle. So while we're square stance, it's got to be inside hand this side. On this side, it's right hand. On that side down there, it's left hand. Okay. On this now, okay. This wants to be Jazz. This wants to be Z. This wants to be Darcy. This is Sharpie inbounding, and Wally, you're here. Jazz, you're coming up. Look at Z for that. Okay, Z for the lob. Darcy, get that. Okay, Jazz is to the corner. Okay, so we got lob, Jazz corner 3. If not, Wally, come back, get it here. Darcy, come back and you get it. You stay. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go! Hey, 3 minutes here, no let up, y'all.
All right, you heard it straight from Coach Goris's mouth.
Just drawing up a play for them. Just before that, the graphic that showed the percentages, a big improvement for the Opals on 56% 2-point field goals. They only achieved 32% in their last game against Chinese Taipei, and that was a focus of theirs today.
Garvin Hits it in the face of Kabimbin.
And not too bad from 3-point percentage either.
That number keeps going up.
It does.
Ayokusto ding for the foul.
Oh, now 66% from the 3-point line, 8 for 12 for the Opals.
I wish that was the passing grade in my grad school class. Spacing issue, no problem for Bernardino. She goes right to the rack.
She's so crafty around the rim. She knows how to protect the ball with her body. She scores over much bigger players all the time.
A push away from the ball. We're gonna have nightmares of that whistle here.
We have heard it a lot in these first 2 quarters. Froling comes in for Garbin. She's got to be careful. She's got 2 fouls.
Sharp, wing, yes. Sharp with 7 points for the Opals.
Unbelievable shooting display from Australia.
They wanted to make, what, more layups today? Do you think Coach Goris will be okay with the outside shot dropping instead?
Yeah, I think I'd say scratch that. Don't worry about what I said, guys. They have had that improvement, but I'm sure he'll take this from 3. Unbelievable. 9 from 13. So a common thing you see when you reach for the ball and you're defending someone, don't reach with your inside hand. 1, because you'll foul, but 2, because it puts you totally out of position if they cross you up. You want to reach with the outside hand always. Center of gravity low.
Darcy Garbin. 9 points today. She had 15 yesterday and 7 rebounds.
Away to a good stat line again.
And it's hard to believe it's still the second quarter. 2 minutes left in the first half. Here at the FIBA Women's Asia Cup Group B play. The nightcap and finale here on day 2. And it looked like a double dribble ball from here.
Yeah, I think he caught a carry. And let's just see if our hand goes underneath the ball. Not sure. The carry is when your hand goes underneath the ball. It can be on the side for as long as you want, but underneath is not okay, and that will get called. That's what the referee thought you saw there.
Dino. And again, these shots, unconventional as they are, they're going down for the Philippines. Bernardino with 8 points. Reverse, reverse. Keeping it high. Keely Frawling, for the effort, will find herself on the free throw line.
Great cut from Melbourne there, even better pass. Followed up by Froling. The offensive rebound. 8 offensive rebounds now. Opals are winning this rebounding battle by 14, 27 to 13 for the Philippines. Froling has 4 of those herself, 2 of them offensive rebounds. Lots of these players, Coach Goris was telling me, are so excited about this opportunity to play. You know, with a lot of regular Opals out, they're really excited, and you can tell in the effort that they're giving all over the court.
Final minute of play here in the first half. gets it over to Castillo. She hits it. Yes, giving these fans something to cheer about. A lot of them making the trip all the way from the Philippines to get here, including Camille Claren's parents. Stepping to it, Menka Kahia. Tipped back out front. Your girl, Jade Melbourne, passes it up. She'll get it right back, just left of the key. And another opportunity falling away. Frawling gets it to drop.
Third offensive rebound for Frawling. She is working on the glass.
Final 15. Castillo. To Castro, pump fake, gives it up. Navalon doesn't. Hard off the glass. And the clock will expire before the Opals can do anything with it. It is Australia that leads after 2 quarters, 64-33. Woo! A 31-point advantage for Australia. But with the way the fans from the Philippines are reacting, you feel like the Philippines are out in front.
Dude, I need a rest after that. I'm not sure about you, but unbelievable. 57% from Australia from 3, winning the rebounding battle 30-14, 15 assists as well, and 6 steals. Nicholson we see with 18 points there. Sharp with 9, Frawling with 9 as well. Bernardino obviously on top, as always, with 8 points for her team. A great first half of basketball here in Amman, Jordan. Let's take a look back at the best plays of that half. The shooting power of the Opals was unbelievable in that half there. Every single player. Bernardino doing what she does well, carrying her team. She's so crafty around the rim. Finish over taller players. And Claren was a spark as well when she came on. The crowd was excited to see her, and I guess we figured out why. They know what she's capable of. 5 points for her in the first half. Castillo giving us a 3. That's not usually, sorry, Castro, what we see from Castro. Scherf as well with a long 2. Showing us that the bigs can step out. We saw that from Lee earlier from China as well. Really fast-paced half. We've seen Australia sharing the ball excellently, which, you know, we know they can do. They do it from their senior teams all the way through to their junior teams. Finding the open player and just enjoying each other's success. As are the Philippines, making their fans proud as well. Really positive signs from range for them. Nice kick by Shelley to Garvin, who was on fire for part of that half. She ended the half 2 of 3 from 3-point land. Castillo as well with a great shooting display herself. And I'm excited to see more in the second half.
Before we get there, let's show you the top 5 plays from day number 1. Nice.
6 people, only 3 points, 4 points away from double digits.
Hong, the take of the left, she's fearless. Cross-court to the open shooter, Nagata.
Just absolutely beautiful basketball. You know, the ball moved from side to side. It went in and out.
Open look and up by Jazz Shelley. She hits it.
That is what she does. She did it at Oregon. I'm sure she will do it in Nebraska. Automatic.
Trying to shake off Rawling. Having to force it up and throw it up. Does it count? It does. Erting Chu closes out the first quarter of action with a buzzer beater for Taipei. Nowhere to go. Shot clock.
Amazing job to stay on her feet, Poncejo.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
And that's what everybody is fighting to get to here at the FIBA Women's Asia Cup. Top 4 will advance and get a qualifying bid to a tournament to ultimately land in World Cup 2022. We're going to show you some of the stars of the first half, and we're going to start off with the visiting team. Those highlights are getting racked up just for you. Australia, show us what you got.
Well, what Australia have got is Lauren Nicholson, 18 points. She's been on fire in the first half. 3 of 3 from the three-point line. Unbelievable game from her. Like we said at the top of the feed, she had 23 minutes in the first game against Chinese Taipei, but came up scoreless. Not today. She's scoring all over the floor, taking people off the dribble. Really great heads-up play here. Nicholson plays her basketball at Townsville Fire in the WNBL. It's a great program. I've been there and visited it. It's unbelievable courts they have. Great junior programs as well, and clearly she enjoys playing there, and she enjoys playing for the Opals. A great half for her.
And for the Philippines, we've been seeing some glimpses of brilliance from Bernardino. And some sure luck, too. The way this team likes to fly down the court, it's been pretty fun to be a part of.
Any shot's a good shot, I hear, in their locker room, I think. But Bernardino, I mean, you know, she takes tough shots on the regular, but she is 67%. She's only missed 2, so they do look difficult, but she converts them. And again, she's leading her team at the half with 8 points. She had 17 last night against China to lead her team. She's halfway there already to match that. She's really crafty around the basket, able to finish over the top of taller players, knows how to protect the ball, uses the rhythm well. Again, here you see her just scoop that ball into her chest off of 1 foot. Nice jumper.
And the Gilas Filipinas will need more of that to stay in this contest. Stick around. We're taking a quick break here at halftime. When we return, the third quarter will be served up. Welcome back inside Hamza Hall. Despina Barton alongside the former Great Britain national player Siobhan Pryor. We've got Philippines, we've got Australia on the court finishing up their final warm-ups before we begin the third quarter. It is Australia that leads 64-33, a 31-point advantage, and Nicholson leading the way with 18 points. We showed you all her highlights there at halftime. For you, Siobhan, how do the Philippines begin to chip away at this? What do they need to do?
You know, I think anytime you're playing, you know, against a team that is as talented as this team and they are struggling slightly, you have to take care of every single possession. They've only got 7 turnovers, the Philippines, but that has turned into 14 points from turnovers for Australia. So every single time they've lost the ball, Australia have capitalized on it. So that's, you add that 14 points, or take that 14 points off of Australia's total. The Philippines aren't looking too bad in this game. So if they can just take care of the ball, I think, you know, they would do a lot better. And then the other thing, maybe they need to look at running. They do play a fast-paced game. They've only got 3 fast break points, and I know that was something that Coach Goris of Australia was really trying to hone in on and hammer into his players, was we have to get back and play transition defense, and they've done just that. So all credit to the Australian team and their transition defense, because on the counter they've got 19 fast break points themselves. So they've done a great job at stopping the Philippines from playing the fast-paced game that they are accustomed to. Still feels like it's been pretty fast and frantic though, doesn't it?
Yeah, the speed and the tempo of this game, and neither team is really controlling the tempo, but they both like the tempo. It's a strange little atmosphere that's happening.
I think Australia always play at high intensity. I don't think I've ever seen an Australian team that doesn't. You know, every single time they get the ball, the decision's made quickly. What are they doing? Are they passing it? Are they shooting it? Are they driving it? You know, and you can see there are things that they work on from a young age all the way through the program. Decision making is so fast because it's drilled and drilled and drilled at practice. It's almost not even a decision anymore. It's just a recognition. And so they play at such a high tempo. It is really exciting to see. I love watching Australia play.
Australia walks in with a victory last night over Chinese Taipei. Meanwhile, the Philippines are on the hunt for their first win. They fell to China, 143-52. But if you haven't seen them yet, pay attention to the fans in the stands. Many of them traveling over 24 hours to get here to support their Gilas Filipinas. And our digital team, our social media group, will be bringing you that story. If you're not already following our social media channels and you are a lover of basketball, international play, these women, rooting them on, I highly suggest go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook right now, like at this instant, and find FIBA Asia Cup Women. We're on all 3 platforms. You get behind the scenes photos, videos, reactions, press conferences. You get to hear these players' real thoughts after the game. Not to mention the incredible storytelling. And great read there by Kabimbin. Does she finish? Yes, and one opportunity. 5'2" Kabimbin going the distance.
Great read by her. There we have the fans that have traveled. Nice shot there by the cameraman. They must be so excited to be here, traveling all the way from the Philippines.
Listen, I know my flight was 12 hours, so you double that up. For these travelers, they are devoted. And there's a set of parents for Claire Castro, or excuse me, Camille Clarin.
Yeah.
Her parents are here. So, I mean, it just makes the moment a whole lot more magical.
Yeah, definitely. What a story. And, you know, when you can get to watch your kids play in tournaments like this, I just, you know, it must be such a proud moment.
I will tell you, I'm curious, and I'm sure I know the answer to this already. The parents don't have to be in a bubble, so I'm sure they are enjoying their daytime travels as we continue to see Nabalan from the three-point line. So one would assume, yes, the fans from the Philippines are enjoying all that Amon Jordan has to offer during the daytime, and then cheering their hearts out for the Gilas Filipinas. Reverse and a putback for Wickham. A silencer to the crowd.
Another 3 offensive rebounds there. We did talk about it at the top of the feed, but Philippines have got to get back in charge of this rebound battle. They're losing it 38-14.
Wickham. Off back rim, Castro recovers.
Got a little cold from 3 here, Australia. They've missed their first 4.
Meanwhile, Panteos keeps taking the shot from the bench of Australia. Something tells me she normally hits that. We got a body on the floor. Lots of pain here for number 8, Ria Joy Nabalan.
Really strong seal from Ayakuso, and another great pass from Wickham.
And you can see Nabalan is in some pain.
Takes Wickham to 6 assists.
And here comes the substitution.
They'll just check on her, make sure she's okay. This is a tough, tough team. I'm sure she will be.
Wickham in the corner. She likes Garbin's look, and so does Garbin.
7 assists. She also has 6 rebounds and 8 points, so we could be on triple-double watch here for Sammy Wickham. Had a double-double yesterday. 13 points, 11 assists. Wasn't far off a triple-double. She had 7 rebounds as well.
Shot is blocked, add a block to her stat line. Give and go, stripped away. Great hands by Lauren Nicholson.
Defense is just smothering. Everyone does their own job as best as they can, and they're also always there for help whenever each other struggles to do their individual tasks.
Wickham, I don't even know how she saw that. The pass was beautiful into Garbin. Over 3 white jerseys.
No. Really a joy to watch her play.
Pantejos, this time lucky on the left wing, found her spot.
Really a joy to watch this Philippines team play. They're so exciting, full of energy.
And an offensive charge. On the floor is Tonko.
She went down hard. It was a hard screen. Let's see. It looked like she just ran into it. Yeah, her feet were set. That's not a foul, really, by Ayakuso, sorry. But no one, not one of her teammates pulled that screen out, and she just ran straight into it. Nice to see her get up off her feet, though.
Pantejos.
I think Wickham tipped that one as well. I don't know if it'll go down on her stat line, though.
High low, back out to the corner. Garbin. Excuse me, more Nicholson this time.
Beautiful ball movement. So simple. Into the post, out to the corner.
And a foul coming down on Where Wrong. So Janine Pantejos will take a spot on the free throw line.
Nicholson now with 21 points. The 23 efficiency, her percentages are insane. 100% from the free throw line, 80% from 4 of 5 from 3. 7 of 11 total field goals. Pantejos doing the best she can as well. That's 8 points for her. And a great defensive play as well to tie up Wallace there. This game is getting very physical. Filipinos are leaving everything out on the court, as are the Opals. Little fumble by Sharp there. She just has a quick giggle with Garbin. She caught the ball, or tried to catch the ball. I think Garbin said, sorry, it was a bad pass, and Wallace, sorry, not Wallace, Sharp just laughed and said, no, it wasn't, it was me. I just didn't handle it.
Tonko will set the offense up for the Philippines. Pantejos, the hot hand. And sticking back to fight for it was Afro Bernardino, the veteran of the group.
Yeah, hands all over her, square up to each other a little bit. I enjoy watching female athletes just be competitive, be aggressive, go hard.
And look what happened, they forced the turnover here.
That's where they could do with a little bit of patience. You've got an extra possession, use it.
Wallace getting tripped up here and frustrated. The Philippines are doing their job then, right?
I think that's, you know, that is what they seem to be trying to do, but that is 2 quick ones on Bernardino. She's now on 4 fouls. Coach is keeping her out. Oh no, I think he's just recognised. He's taken her off. You know, and that's where sometimes energy can actually hurt your team. You have to play with energy, be emotional, but play smart.
Fading away, the shot won't drop there for sure. Contejos being guarded by We're Wrong. And no, stripped and taken away by Wallace. Not before the foul.
That'll be considered an unsportsmanlike foul. Great hands by Wallace, and then she grabs her arm, but she's also the last defender. There's no one back, so that is an unsportsmanlike foul. Australia will also get the ball back on the sideline. That is also Contejos, her 4th foul, so she goes to the bench as well.
Wallace makes 1 of 2. And like you said, Australia will get the ball back as it was an unsportsmanlike call.
Nice pass.
Yes, Frawling following Minka Kahia all the way down the lane.
I thought I was commentating there. I was just watching that as a fan, I think.
You can be a fan. I'll allow it. Frawling had her fingertips on it, but no way. Prado was letting go. Big shot from the big girl off to the right. Claire Castro, who's hit a pair of 3s here today, has been a source for scoring.
Yeah, she's also working really hard down low in the post. There was a little bit of confusion there. Fajardo and Prado switched. Fajardo came over to a teammate and said, don't switch that, we didn't need to. Ended up inside with Australia and causing Castro to have to foul.
So Patrick Aquino calls a timeout for his Gilas Filipinas. And our mic is working its way in there to see if we can pick up any type of audio coming out of the huddle.
All ball screen sila. Wala. Ha? Tawag ka ng ano? Tumawag ka ng thumbs up kay Ria. Ha? Kay Ria tayo thumbs up. So, Mark, tsaka si Claire. Tumabi kayo lahat dyan. Thumbs up. Ha? Wala nang pick. Go. Lahat tayo pick kay, ano, kay Pinamin.
Go guys!
Some of the most recent play from Contejos there. Great ball movement inside out from Australia for the 3 in the corner.
And on the free throw line here is Keely Frawling, the 25-year-old power forward. She completes the play. 14 points for Frawling.
Yep, to go along with 6 rebounds.
This time the foul coming from Australia and Minka Kahia.
5 for the Philippines, Fajardo, who is so confident and running the point, telling everyone where to go. Floor general out there is only 18 years old. She is currently at university in the Philippines. Here she is. She had 6 points last night on 13 minutes. Another young up-and-coming player we can see at this tournament.
And the exposure that the Philippines is getting from participating in the FIBA Women's Asia Cup is, you can't put a dollar amount to it. There are young girls and fans watching these women play at one of the most elite levels in the world, and it's only, you know, churning more interest, more support. The federation has lent so much to the rebranding process of this roster and this team, and now they're calling the Gilas Filipinas. So the whole country is not only basketball crazed, but they're putting their money where their mouth is and really investing here in the women's game, and that's exciting.
It's so exciting and really appreciated from their coaching staff. We heard in the Patrick Aquino, their head coach, we heard in their press conference last night, was saying how grateful they were for the support of the family and the nation. And like you said, just how excited they are to be on a stage like this, for the exposure that it gives to the Philippines and to women's basketball in the Philippines. They really are doing their country and their family proud.
You gotta think back to the Australias, the Japan, the China. They all had to start somewhere to build on that foundation to where they are now. And so when some of these younger nations are coming to the table, and yes, we're getting games that might be out of hand, but no, these are learning opportunities, and these teams are so grateful to be here.
Yeah, and I think the thing to note as well with the Philippines is that it is, I don't know if it's the biggest sport in the Philippines, but from a participation standpoint, everybody plays basketball in the Philippines. It's such a popular sport, and now, you know, so they're already halfway there, and now the battle is to build the elite side of the program as well as the participation side. But if you've got the participation there already, it doesn't take as long.
A different look shown here on defense for the Philippines, picking them up three-quarter court. Melbourne didn't even look at the basket here.
Yeah, too early in the shot clock. She's a smart player. She can get that shot another time in the offense.
Jazz Shelley, welcome to the party off the glass. The rising star and 21-year-old. She played at Oregon, is in transferring to Nebraska. She'll be wearing red this fall for the Cornhuskers as the lay-in comes in from Melbourne.
Yeah, great defensive effort. Nice strip. Full-court layup for Melbourne. Coach calls her the smiling assassin. She is an assassin, but she has a good time while she's doing it. And she causes another turnover there. High energy player. She's just grateful and she enjoys playing the game.
Castillo also plays in the States at De La Salle University. The Philippines, number 0. I'm always curious to how many times that these athletes cross paths, as Jazz Shelley delivered a very deep ball.
Yeah, what you do start to realize when you play is basketball is a small, small world. A little bit too overzealous with the pressure from Jade Melbourne there. Yeah, but you always end up knowing someone who knows someone, or you've played against someone who... And one of the exciting things about this tournament, seeing the young stars up and coming, like Melbourne here, who commits this foul, is just knowing that in years to come, these are the players we're going to see on the women's stage for years and years and years. These are the battles that we're going to have the privilege of seeing as they get older.
The game is in great hands, Siobhan. Great hands.
It really is.
Looks like the foul is being credited to Christine Kayabyab. And so stepping to the free throw line, Tiana Mengakahia. 26-year-old point guard for the Opals. Again, this Australia team joined the FIBA Asia region in 2017 from Oceania. They have yet to win a title here since joining. And they're gonna see some more competition as time goes on. Yab with the jumper for 2. Yes, no shot will go up. The buzzer rings at end of 3 quarters. Australia builds onto their lead. It's 91-46. The Opals now. The score you're reading on the screen is incorrect, so please excuse our technical difficulties. The score here inside the arena at Hamza Hall is 91 Australia, Philippines 46. And we normally bring you stats. Instead, we're gonna jump right to the best plays of the 3rd quarter. Lucky for you guys.
You get more chance to see some more of this fantastic basketball. Who needs stats, eh, when you can watch this? Kabim with a strong take and 1. And the 3 from Nabalan. Another Sammy Whitcomb assist. Some really high quality basketball you're watching here. From Australia, the number 3 ranked team in the world, according to FIBA rankings, which are the only rankings that matter, everyone. There we go. 46-91. Problem quickly solved on the ground here, as always. We are back in action.
Just in time for the 4th quarter to get started. Australia with a 45-point advantage. Start of the 4th. You're watching the FIBA Women's Asia Cup. This is Group B play in the final of 4 games here tonight. 6 days of basketball action highlighted in Amman, Jordan. The top 4 all competing for a spot to the FIBA Women's World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament. Australia, by the way, I'll play spoiler, has already sealed their bid. They are the host nation for the FIBA World Cup. Nice shot creation, yes, pounding the chest, a proud moment for Yab.
Strong take there from Froling. You can tell, you know, these players, they work on their physique. They're so strong. Pink Ball tried to just grab the ball there, but grabbed nothing but arm by the looks of it.
And it looks like Sammy Whitcomb will sit out the rest of the game. It looks like Coach Paul Goris is kind of resting up his team. Looking ahead tomorrow, Australia will face China. So, and that's a rematch from the Olympics. Yes, I know that this Australian roster was not there, but the Australian national team was. So there's still, I guess you can say, love lost in that matchup.
I'm looking ahead at the stats, never mind tomorrow, and I was on triple-double watch for Sammy Whitcomb. Come on, coach. Come on, coach, bring her back.
Listen, Siobhan Pryor is crushed at this moment that she can no longer track the triple-double that could have happened for Sammy Whitcomb.
And would have happened. Come on, let's be honest. She had those numbers almost at the start of the third quarter.
That's right, she's gonna make you and I wait, the rest of the Australian fans, to tomorrow. Another day, another game.
Well, we can't be biased with nations, but we can with players, so I can't say that I'm an Australian fan because I support everyone, every team here, but I am definitely a Sammy Whitcomb fan.
And you were saying, after last night's game, she was pretty kind. She came up to you and said hello?
Yeah, she was really nice. Just on the way out, we just walked past each other. You know, I said, good job. She was just really, really nice. I said thank you, a smile. You know, she didn't have to do that. And from what I hear from everybody around the arena and on here on the ground at Jordan, they all have the same opinion of her. Super professional and really, really kind.
Rawlings saves it. Flaring to the basket was Shelley, but we have a whistle as things get tangled up and Frawling. We'll get a pair of free throws.
Shelley's not had the usual shooting game that she has, but she's still taking the right shots. Always going to go down, but you have to keep taking your shots when you get them.
Melbourne feeds. Ball goes in and out. Frawling is short. Another opportunity. Opals reset. Shelley to Jade Melbourne. Yes, for three. The youngster, 19 years old, who just signed a pro contract, showing off some of her range.
Cash that in, young gun. Cash it in. Love it. 7 points for her now. 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. All in 12 minutes of action.
Numberline picks up the loose ball. Shoots it herself. That one's deflected. Nice hands by Frawling. Melbourne. Shelley at the top of the key. Looking back. Blocked. Philippines on the move. Nice composure. Ponteo's able to hold form.
Yeah, remember the shot that we saw yesterday? The composure she had for about 5 seconds while she was stepping around the defender on the low block.
The body control.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and the strength too.
Melbourne snags Tonko.
For the blocking foul there. I don't know if I'm biased because I really like Jade Melbourne, but did she catch her with her leg maybe instead? I don't know, but she was given the foul anyway. And a timeout here on the floor by Australia.
They lead 99-50.
Sideline we're in 2. We're going makes and misses, okay? Makes and misses. Zone on a made, man back on a miss. Now remember, if there is a wing out to here and you're guarding here, if there's a corner person, you're gonna have to come bump and get back again, okay? So stunt, get back to the corners again. Lozers stay in blocks and high post, okay? Now, we can still be heels on 3-point line to match up out of the zone. okay, because they get it out here. So Hills on 3-point line. Engagement, we've got to box out of it, okay? The next play down, I want to go a week.
1, 2, 3.
Well, they've got a game plan and they're sticking to it. Jade Melbourne showing off what she can do from 3, and the Gilas Filipinas continuing to take it to the rack. Their fearless leader right now, Janine Patejos.
Fearless indeed, 10 points for her.
Tonko. Shot goes up early and goes right out of bounds.
I don't think coach is happy with that one. He's called a timeout straight away.
I think she thought that there was less time on that shot clock.
It was 11 still.
Yeah, lots of time to play with.
Yeah. But hey, she's been feeling it.
And listen, as players, as humans, as adults, there are mental lapses, and I know it's from your athletes. You can't let that happen, but I completely understand.
Especially when you get excited and you're open from 3. You're just gonna let that thing fly.
More of an instinctual thing.
And I think maybe just a little regroup for them there. Great pass. Looking at Sammy Whitcomb again. The media truck heard that I absolutely love her. I appreciate them for putting these together.
How close was she to that triple-double?
Don't do that to me. Why are you asking?
I just need to know. I just need to know.
Well, bearing in mind that she's only played 14 minutes and barely any minutes here in the second half, she did have 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 8 points, and that was like right at the start of the 3rd quarter.
At the halftime break, deep 3 drained by Alexandra Sharp. 11 points for Sharp. As Tonko is slow to get up for the Philippines, holding her right side.
Sharp's been really consistent so far. I mean, okay, that they've only had 2 games, but so far in the tournament, she had a double-double yesterday, 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. She's doing a great job today as well to go with those points. She has 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block shot. Consistent force.
Turn and shoot. Racked down, but out of bounds. The effort from Bernardino.
Australia showing a zone there.
Last touch by Australian Frawling there. Closing in on the final 5 minutes of play.
Still in this zone, high 2-3. Scherf controlling the paint on defense.
Pantejos, yes, that felt good.
And the difficult thing about a 2-3 zone are the shooters on the perimeter. They quickly whip the ball to Pantejos, and 1-3 for her.
She takes a quick glance up at her stat line. 13 for Pantejos.
Oh, maybe not an and 1. Maybe they called it after she landed. She landed, and then she was fouled.
It looks like the foul went against her. That was her 5th. So she exited the game.
Possibly thought she kicked her leg out.
Turn, spin, shoot, good. Lauren Scherf
consistently gets great positioning underneath.
As these two teams move forward, Siobhan, let's talk about Australia. Tall task ahead, China tomorrow.
Tall task are the right adverbs to use because they are about to face 6-9 in Shuhan and 6-7 in Yuru Lee. It is going to be a tall task for them. They do have Lauren Scherf, who is a strong player inside. And although they don't have a ton of size, Australia, well, compared to normal teams, but not compared to China, they are really tough. They're well, they gel well and they're well drilled. They're disciplined defensively. And they also put a lot of pressure on the ball, so that will help them. It will stop the guards being able to just enter into the post so easily. So it will be a difficult task for them, but I'm excited to see how they fare in that game. I think that game's going to be good.
17 for Frawling. And for the Philippines, tomorrow they will face Chinese Taipei, who had a rude awakening from China earlier today.
Yeah, they did. They had a rude awakening, but you know, when they played Australia last night, they only lost by 11. So they are a really good team as well. So if they can put together a performance like they had against Australia, Philippines could be in for a difficult night.
Mega Kahia for 2 in the lay-in. Yeah, it's funny because that first night, I feel like Australia truly was knocking the dust off. I don't think that the performance last night was an indication of what this team can do. But that's funny, in a tournament setting, every game counts. You only have 6-7 days here. You want to be those top seeds so you can get a rest day and get an automatic bid to the semis.
How did she manage to get that to the post?
And so that's what's going to come down to tomorrow between Australia and China, that top seed in Group B.
You know, and I think the ideal for a team at a tournament is to build and build and build and hit the momentum, keep winning. You know, I think Australia did a great job yesterday. They did struggle as a team, but they were professional, they were disciplined, and they won the game. And I think if you hit the momentum at the right time in a tournament, and that's often seen by the teams that build and build and build, you're in a really good shape to hopefully take the podium, if not the gold medal.
In 2017, it was Australia that was the runner-up. And Bank, yes, even after hours for Tayabyab.
The offensive rebound for Lauren Scherf. She's been in there a while, though. Second offensive rebound in one offense for her. That's 5 offensive rebounds. For a total to 7.
10 points to go along with those 5 offensive rebounds. Makes sense to me to hang out down there.
Easy buckets.
And we're moving with the opals. Laying in the left. Jazz Shelley.
You know, when your power forward can bring the ball up the floor and pass it like that to your guard, you're winning, really.
So versatile.
So versatile. They're all just so skilled, I think. 1 through 5.
Again, she showed you on the left. No! And missed on the right.
Oh,
it was too easy.
What a pass.
She'll be beating herself up over that one, Siobhan. Under 90 seconds to play here.
Beating herself up. I feel like Jade Melbourne might beat her up for missing that one. What a pass that was. Ruin her assist, huh?
It takes two to tango.
Looking at Jade Melbourne's stat line though, 9 points. Just coming out of the under-19 World Cup as well. She's a young one, 19 years old. She has 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal. Not bad. Not bad at all.
7 points for Menga Kahia. And the Opal's not backing down.
Bit of full court pressure. I wonder if this is something that they're working on for a game going forward, possibly, but I don't know if you'd show it at this point in the game if you didn't need to. Would you show it? Because China...
Unless this unit needed extra work. I don't know.
Yeah, how much of this unit going to be on, though, together? You just don't know, do you? But it might just be something that they do want to work on and use quite a lot.
Too crowded on the block. Skip pass. Your girl, Melbourne. It's short. She has her own rebound. And taken away. Prado there for the interception. Shelley with the better hands. Sure from long.
Everyone from long now. The bench would have gone crazy if that went in.
35 seconds. Scherf, give and go, high-low, on command.
Such a good passer of the ball.
Castillo. Dribbling misstep. 15 seconds to play. We're running with Shelley all alone.
Had a great game as well, Jazz Shelley. Still plays in the States. She did play at Oregon, now off to the University of Nebraska.
Fajardo. And you think that they were going to get one more shot up, and nobody does. This one is final. Australia 120. The Philippines 56. Australia will move forward with a perfect 2-0 record in Group B play and quickly move their attentions to China, a rematch from the Olympics. Here's a look at those final stats.
Yeah, an unbelievable stats. They did cool down a little bit from 3, but 41%. Philippines raised theirs to 31%. Massive rebounding battle win here, 67-25. And 12 steals. And that did lead to 26 points for the Opals. They had a lot of offensive rebounds as well. We saw the rebounding stats there, but they had 26 offensive rebounds and converted to 26 second chance points. A dominant second half display from the Opals. Let's take a look back at some of the plays of the half. Pantejo had herself 5 minutes there as well, didn't she? A great showing for her Philippines team.
And for all the fans that traveled 24 hours to get here.
Yeah, big thank you from the players to them. High energy, effort, again from the Philippines. Steal here by Melbourne, off on her own, and converts the 2. Shelley knocks that one down. She did end, she struggled to begin with shooting, but she got a rhythm in the end. She was 2 of 4 from 3, ended with 10 points. 3 rebounds, 3 assists and 3 steals to go with those points. Really nice to see these young players out here getting minutes. The older players and veteran players did their job, let the younger players onto the court and enjoyed themselves on this stage. And there's Melbourne again for 3, and the bench you can see behind just goes crazy. So proud, so much pride playing for the Opals. So much pride as well for the Philippines. Montejos again, strong take. She ended with 13 points, 3 of 9 from 3. Ended up fouling out, but she did have a steal, a rebound, and an assist in there. Here's another long range. That was the one that actually got her fouled out. I'm still not sure why. Scherf as well did a great job inside. I think in the end, Australia just had too much firepower for the Philippines. You know, they scored 56 points themselves. It's not a bad tally, but they just couldn't stop Australian scoring machine. 120. It's a massive offensive output from the Opals.
And now we move forward. It is group play day number 3 on the horizon. Right now, this is what the standings look like. China and Australia will meet tomorrow in the evening. And of course, we'll see Chinese Taipei and the Philippines settle things out as well. China, Australia, undefeated in Group B play as we head into day number 3 here, the FIBA Women's Asia Cup. It's a final. We're closing the book. We're putting on the bow on the evening here inside Hamza Hall. The final score, it is Australia 120, the Philippines 56. For Siobhan Pryor, I'm Despina Barton. We say good night, and we'll see you tomorrow